Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta. And hello, everyone, for another one of our conversations. We're so happy to have you here.
Yes.
Yes, we are. And as usual, you know the routine. I'm going to say thank you so much if you're returning to our channel. If you're new, what do we say?
We always say, like our channel.
Please like our channel. Like our video.
Yes.
There's a thumb icon. Subscribe to our channel. We would love that.
Yes.
And hit the bell notification. Well, ding-a-ling-a-ling, meant to be bells.
Yes. This is our peace bell.
If you don't want to miss any of our videos. And we're Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. So what do? We talk about what teas we're chatting over.
Yes.
And today, Gloria is going to talk about it. Take it away, Gloria.
Okay, so we have been drinking this brand for a while. It is
pre-pandemic as well.
Pre-pandemic. This is English Tea Shop. These are organic superfruit collection teas. We have two that are left, and so Rosetta and I are going to select one. One is English tea, white tea, blueberry, and elderflower.
Ooh.
And the other one is cranberry vanilla delight.
Oh, they both sound good.
Yes.
Oh, now we have to decide which one. Well, do you care which one?
No.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say you take this one and I take this one.
That's right. Well, you oohed more on that one. So.
Oh, was it? I didn't know.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
White tea, blueberry with elder. Well, I just like elderflower, right?
Yeah.
It's just something. I don't really know what elderflower tastes like, but it just sounds good. Does it smell good?
Very light.
Very, okay.
Very
so
light.
That means that it's not much smell.
Not much smell. But that doesn't mean anything.
Let me smell this one. Oh.
Well, see, mine is vanilla delight. So
well, I'm trying to.
It might have to warm up.
Oh, I can smell the. Let's see. I can smell the blueberry.
Okay.
I don't know what elderflower smells like.
Yeah, mine is cranberry and raspberry. So, and
you should have been able to smell
that. It's got vanilla and cocoa with caffeine-free hibiscus, rubius, and rosehip. So,
okay, so that should be pretty, you can smell that. So that should be good. What's my one got in there? Mine's got juicy blueberry, sweet elderflower, zesty lemongrass, natural sweet white tea, which creates a divinely delicious cuppa.
All right.
A cuppa, like my cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
I love it. Okay.
All right. So let's get this party started. So, you know, we always like to start with Ellen. Ellen reminds us to be kind to one another. And during the pandemic, she told us all to listen to one another. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now, and we want to make sure that we are reflecting kindness and we're giving the other person an opportunity to listen to what they have to share. So this week she had, on Monday, she had a young man on her show. His name is Ryan Hickman, and he's 12 years old. And Ryan started recycling at the age of 7. He shared with Ellen, you know, when I first started, she asked him how many items had he recycled. And he said, well, when I first met you, I had just started, so maybe 1 bottle. He was really cute. And now he has recycled over 1 million items.
Wow. What kind of items does he recycle?
He does plastic. He does glass. Anything that he can find that's recyclable, he does. So now this is a 12-year-old child. He has a nonprofit that's called Project 3R. So you know how Ellen always has sponsors who like to help the community.
Yes, like to give back to them. Yeah.
So Tibbs is her current sponsorship. That
yes, Tid Best or whatever it's called.
Tid Best, yeah. And so they gave him $20,000.
Wow.
And that, you know, normally when they give the person something, they also give, you know, them money to, you know, to pay it forward and give to someone else.
Right.
However, in this case, because he is a child, they just gave him the money, and then they have a company that's called Ocean X, and they are going to give him a ride on their ocean submarine.
Oh, wow.
So he will be able to go under the water and see the fruit of his labor, to see how clean the water is.
Because if you don't know this, for everyone that's a bit more conscious, and we're trying, me and Gloria, trying to make everyone more conscious about the planet and practical solutions that we can do to help right now, today.
Right.
All those plastics like straws and bottles, where do they end up? In the oceans, and they're harming all the animals in the oceans. Yeah. So all the money, majority of the money, he said, is going to help the ocean animals.
Yeah.
So that's he started so young, and for him to be so conscious. Yeah. It's
it's inspiring.
I feel so overwhelmed and inspired to see all these young kids nowadays that are wanting to do something better for the globe, for the environment, like him, Greta Thunberg. She got everyone the youngsters to be more aware and to do those protests. So.
Yeah, and she got young people to start voting. Yeah. Because I love how she said, you may think you're in power and you're in charge now. She goes, and we are going to vote you out of office. So it's very inspiring, because I think they understand that we have to learn how to coexist.
And as I always say, the kids are our future.
Absolutely.
So they're the ones that are going to be raising and taking over this big new world of ours.
Absolutely. And as we cycle forward, February 1st through the 6th is the Lunar New Year period. Yesterday was day one. Where I'm located, there are a lot of people who celebrate. So it sounded like I was in a war zone. All the big booms.
Oh, the firecrackers. They do that all. I don't understand. No, I was always scared of that. And I always associate that growing up with, when I was younger, growing up, we'd go to Chinatown in London and we would watch the dragon dances. Yes. And that's when they would pop those firecrackers.
Yes, but
but I never heard anywhere else. And that really scared me. Right. So I've never had a good like every time I think about that, I'm like, I get scared.
You're like, I never want to go back.
Because they're popping and they're on a string and they pop everywhere, and you never know where they're going to land. They're not, it's like fireworks, right? They're dangerous. And people doing it outside buildings, outside your house.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's going on. And this year, as a lunar year, is very special because, see, like Rosetta said, I was always taught it was Chinese New Year. And then a friend of mine was educating me, and she says there are more Asian countries than just China that celebrate. So they've kind of transitioned it from Chinese New Year to Lunar New Year.
Well, if you are, so the reason why is because if you are following the lunar calendar, right, that means that you're going to celebrate the Lunar New Year. So there's countries other than East and Southeast Asia. There's like Korea celebrates, and Vietnamese people celebrate, and there's some other countries. I forget. Korean, did I say Koreans? Yeah. Koreans, Vietnamese, not Japan. Japan don't celebrate the lunar.
Okay.
Not Japan. There were some others I forget, but I always call it Chinese New Year, but it's Lunar New Year this year, and it's the year of the tiger.
Yes, it is. I love that. And it's also a very special day today. Today is 2/2/2022. And I have a friend, and I have always been told that one of the best power numbers is 8. Yes. So if you go 2 + 2 is 4, +2 for the beginning of the 22 and 2, that's 8.
2, 4, 6, 2, 22.
Yeah, because what they do is they go 2/2/22. They don't do 2022, so they just do.
Oh, okay.
So that's 2/2/22.
Yeah. So 8 is in Chinese means luck.
Yeah.
Fa.
Yeah. So I know that back in the day when I used to be able to go to casinos, there were ladies that. Asian ladies who would walk around and they would look at the machine numbers until they found numbers that tallied up to 8.
Yeah,
and then they would sit down.
We love it. The Asian country like 8. We don't like 4 because in Chinese, when you translate 4 is say, which means death.
Wow.
So
they stay away from 4.
Yeah, 4 is not a lucky number. might be for some, but in Chinese tradition, it's
not for us.
8 is very lucky.
All right. So everyone, go out and celebrate and enjoy your day. It's an awesome day. So I'm going to talk a little bit about a few things. We have, Rosetta and I, we've been talking a lot, like as in the young man, Ryan, if we can figure out how to better coexist on planet Earth, if we take care of planet Earth will take care of us.
Right, exactly.
So there is a whole situation going on right now in our community about rooftop solar and PG&E. And, you know, if you have or are planning to purchase rooftop solar, how they are somehow, PG&E is somehow trying to figure out how to build that back across the board to everyone. Now, most people who have rooftop solar, you come off the grid during the day.
Right.
So that to me would say PG&E would have a plethora of energy.
Right.
Now, at night when the sun goes down, you have to go back onto PG&E.
Yes. Because
I don't know anyone who has the storage facility to store your energy so that at night you just use all your energy and you come completely off the grid. So Rosetta and I were talking about it, and she's like, let me do some investigating into this.
I did some investigation.
So, yes. So now we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Because we know that, I mean, people, you know, I'm sure you're watching, you know, people been saying solar is going to save your bill and energy bill, and it's so much better. But do you know the reasons? You trying your tea? Oh, I'm going to try mine.
Well, I wanted to check and see what the color.
Yours is a nice color. Mine is... Because yours has got raspberry and cranberry.
Yes.
Mine is the white tea. So I'm going to try it because I'm excited. Cheers. Ooh, mine is good.
This is good.
It
was mild when we put the bags in, but it's very lovely.
I do like it. Very good. Oh, I love that. Okay, I'm going to talk about solar. Yes. Because I didn't know much about solar, and I had misconceptions, as a lot of people do. Right. That's why a lot of people don't have solar, because they don't understand the full extent to how beneficial it is. Right. So I did some research, and there's 2 common reasons to go solar. The first is financial, and the second is environmental.
Yes.
I'm going to quickly go over the 2 into a little bit more detail. Financial, number 1 is... a large portion of your expenses goes towards electricity in a household, right? PG&E or whatever.
Right.
But with solar, you generate free power for your system. And even if you don't produce 100% of your energy you consume, you still are reducing your bill at the end of the day.
Right.
So your bill is still being reduced. And every year, electricity costs, they do increase. So you notice that with PG&E, every year your bill goes up. But when you invest in solar, what happens is you actually lock in the price. I didn't know this, that you want to pay per year.
Right.
So if there's an increase in solar, PG&E, you're not going to get the increase because you've already locked in that price. I did not know that. So that's pretty good. And then it says homes with solar sell for more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was thinking, okay, if you have a house with solar and you want to sell your house, that's going to be a downfall. That's what I was thinking, because then the next owner will have to take over your payments. But they're getting the same benefits that you're getting financially, right? Because you've locked in that price per year, which is another plus.
And there's also a lease option and a purchase option. If, say, the first homeowner, like I know a gentleman, he bought solar 30 years ago.
Right.
So when he sells his house, they have the perk of solar. However, there's no price because he paid for it 30 years ago.
So it's already all paid for.
Yeah.
Wow. And it says the average solar purchaser sees a return on their investment of 20% or more. And most solar panels pay for themselves. So that's really great. And environmentally, that's the second reason why you'd want to go solar, to help the environment, as we're talking about global warming and everything. So the electric sector accounts for 27% of American carbon emission. So fossil fuel-fired power plants create carbon emissions as well as local air pollution in our areas close to the plant.
Right.
So when you install your solar system, you can reduce your environmental footprint as well.
Absolutely. So that's a plus.
We want to do that, right? We want to reduce our environmental footprint. And when you're not using your solar electricity, you're offsetting the need for carbon emitting generation by putting your solar energy on the grid.
Yes.
And then the last part is solar panels will eliminate 3 to 4 times of carbon emission each year. That equals planting over 100 trees annually.
Excellent.
So those are the two. I mean, just researching that is amazing because I did not know all this. And you come across people that are selling solar. Like if you're like networking or you just run, what do you do? Oh, I sell solar.
Yeah.
But you know what? As Gloria and myself are into educating people, right?
Yes.
I wish they would educate the basics of solar as opposed to PG&E or the traditional electricity. Because if I had learned all this, if they had done like an educational moment for me, I would have been aha moment, right?
Yes.
Because they don't do that. Well, I've never come across someone that does that.
Right.
I'm still having those preconceived, misled information or disinformation.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So now you know a little bit about solar. Consider it. Is this something that you might want to consider?
Yeah.
Not only financially, but environmentally. It benefits all around, right?
Right.
And
yeah. And you know, like here in California, you know, we have, as I'm sure this is in all of the states of the United States, we have to make sure that the people in power in our politics are going to do what's best for us. And like our governor, I've heard things like PG&E has actually made campaign donations to him, and PG&E has done different things in support of him and his campaign.
Right.
Well, you're the governor now, and I want him to tell PG&E, we'll give you your money back because I'm going to do what's best for Californians.
Right, right.
You know, so this is something near and dear to both of our hearts. So we're going to continue to monitor this and see.
And did you know that there is a law that came into effect, I think by 2040?
Yes.
All houses have to go solar.
Yes.
If I'm correct, because they actually said another year.
And I think what 2025, we are supposed to be on target in California for all electric vehicles. Or you
2025. We're in 22.
Yeah, it's either 2025 for all electric, or you have to at least have a hybrid. Because they want to lessen the requirements on gasoline, which I don't think any of us would, you know, fight. My sister has a Prius, and I can't stand her little butt. She gets 52 miles per gallon of gas.
Wow.
She fills up her car once every 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay, so I've been thinking, because I did tell my husband and many people, the next car should be either electric or hybrid. We haven't decided exactly what, but I'm thinking hybrid.
Yes.
So that's a lot of people I know around me have been talking about that. And we've been looking into that. And because my car is still fairly in good condition.
Right.
But if they had to, if all cars have to be by a certain date, then definitely I'm going to choose. But my next car, if before that, is going to be one or the other.
Yeah. Because that's our way of lessening the footprint too. So, you know, you just keep hanging in there and keep watching us. We'll keep you informed. Because, you know, one of the things I love about living in California is it's not just about, you know, even though a large percentage of all the billionaires in the world live here, it's still the people are very, very conscious of Mother Earth. Not necessarily the billionaires, the citizens of California really care. So we are, and I'm sure you're all experiencing the same thing. Now, we've heard over the last few months about problems with the containers. The ships were sitting off. The ships couldn't get into dock. Then they finally got the ships into dock. Then they started stacking the containers. And then the containers are just being stacked up because they don't have enough trucks. I have jokingly said, well, who cares about a truck? Put them on a train. I've seen lots of trains with containers when I was a little girl. If you got caught at the railroad track, you could get out your car. It was at least a half an hour if it was a container train. So I've always felt like there were different things that could be done. Now I've started to notice when you go to the grocery store, we have a twofold situation in California. Number one, there are segments of certain foods that are just empty.
Yeah.
My husband had a surgical procedure, and so I've been, feeding him a lot of soup, and he wanted some crackers, and there were no crackers. How do you run out of crackers?
Well, yeah, it's like that, and I know because I'm a shopper at Whole Foods, and we have a lot of sections that are just empty, and it's because it's supply chain, right?
Right.
There's not enough people. It's because it comes back to this COVID, everyone.
Absolutely.
Everybody's getting COVID, so there's not enough manpower to actually fill the containers, to drive the trucks, to load them onto the trucks, to drive them.
Right.
So it all boils down to another thing, COVID.
Yeah.
This Omicron COVID. I mean, it's not as bad as Delta.
Right.
But they're saying that everybody's going to sooner or later get Omicron, and I don't know. I mean, I guess that might be a good thing.
Well, they're saying that, I've also heard it said that the evolution of COVID is going to be like the flu.
Right. It's going to be like the flu where we have
it,
but not everyone will have it. Like flu, not everyone gets the flu.
Exactly.
People that get it will be sick for a few days and then overcome it.
Right.
And it will just be, we just get a flu shot. So we'll just get a booster shot for the vaccine.
Yeah. And they sort of started telling people, and I don't know if this is a scare tactic or if it's the truth. They're like, if you have your shots and you're boosted, you are in better shape, because people that are unvaccinated, this new strand, Omicron, you just might as well get ready.
Right, because with the flu, you don't really need to get the flu shot. I hadn't gotten the flu shot in years. I only got the flu shot in Christmas of 2020.
Right.
Because we didn't have the ability to get the vaccines yet, because it was just for the elderly and the people that had immune compromised system. Right. So I got the flu shot. That's the first time I got it forever.
Right.
But we never needed it. But now with this new thing, it's going to be where we do need it.
Right.
Like people that don't have the vaccine, they're not going to be as lucky. They're going to catch Omicron. They're going to catch the flu.
And, Omicron, the thing for me is, one of the doctors was talking, and they got my attention because they said it only takes 5 seconds. You can be around someone and in 5 seconds you have it.
Well, I don't know. I heard different stories on that, because I heard that, and I also heard if you're in a group within like half an hour, you can catch it.
Right.
But I guess if you're outside, it's not a big thing. If you're outside and you're just passing someone saying hi, chit-chatting for a couple of seconds, it's okay. But if you're with a big group outside and you're in close proximity and you're all like on top of each other.
You're at a sports activity, or, the thing that catches my breath is when I see parents, and I understand that, there isn't a vaccine for their children, yet they're not masking their children. And I'm like, help me understand. If I feel like I have to protect myself and wear a mask, what kind of a parent am I running around not putting a mask on my child?
Yeah.
And there was a lady that, I think it was either I think it was last week. She was having a meltdown because she was at a school board meeting, and she was tired of her child having to wear a mask. She said to the people that she was going to go home and get her guns and come back and take them out.
What?
Oh, yeah. So I understand that people are feeling stressed behind the entire situation. However, as she was saying that, I thought, I hope they arrest her.
What's that got to do? What's from being tired to bringing your guns and taking them out? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but that just shows the process, her thinking process, because she was like, I'm tired of this. Well, you know what? If you, as a parent, raise your child appropriately, you will not have a problem staying home with your child and working. You tell your child, you sit there and do your homework, you follow the teacher's instructions. I'll be right down the hall, or I'll be at the desk in the same room. I have to work. there are things that you can do.
There's so many alternatives you can do than threaten someone.
But if you are not a parent that is responsible for guiding your child, and you let your child kind of tell you what to do,
right?
You don't want to be around your child. That's the saddest part for me, is that all these people who are running around misbehaving, misacting out, is because you don't want to be around your own child.
Yeah.
That's sad.
That's sad. So hopefully, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, a lot of times people like that just already have their mind made up.
I know.
Don't know what to do. Sad.
It really is. And, you know, then we have situations where the whole eastern coastline, from like Atlanta, North Carolina, all the way up to Maine, Philadelphia, New York. Oh my God, they're getting slammed with snow. I love Al Roker. Al, he says, the bottom half, and he has the map up. He goes, the bottom half has the wind. So the winds are coming up. And then coming over the mountains, we have the rain.
Yep.
And when they combine, you get ice and snow. My minister was in Atlanta, Georgia, and they have, because they had so much rain and then they had the freezing cold winds, it freezes and it disappears, and they call it black ice. You can't see it. And they put out an alert for everyone to stay home. So, you know, I try not to complain when it's 39 degrees here in California.
I'm sorry, we got it lucky here in California, but I'm still complaining because I'm telling you, at nighttime, it's cold. I'm sorry. Here's this girl from the UK, and it's really cold in the UK.
Yeah.
And I'm coming to America, and America, California, you've changed me, because I'm no longer, I don't like the cold anymore. I must, if I go on vacation, it has to be somewhere warm. I will not go skiing. I will not go snowboarding like some people love the cold weather. Yeah. And I was telling my husband, oh, I'd love to go to Quebec and Montreal. You won't even survive that in the winter. I'm like, I'd go in the summer, dear.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want to go in the winter. So, you know, our thoughts and prayers are with you all. Be safe. We understand that it's very, very cold. They just went through a big, huge storm, and they've got another one on its way.
Hey, that's a good way to start doing your daily practical solutions to help the planet.
Yes.
As me and Gloria have been giving you tips and amazing, wonderful, easy solutions that you can do straight away.
Absolutely.
We would love it if you would incorporate that into your daily habits.
Absolutely. So, you know, we also like The View. We like the ladies of The View. We have both commented that we're so happy that they've kind of calmed down. Well, on Monday, Whoopi Goldberg was talking to the ladies, and they all got really passionate, and they were talking about, this all started out a conversation about how certain states are starting to remove books from school. And it was a book related to the Holocaust. And what happened is it somehow turned from that, and Whoopi made a comment to the fact that the Holocaust had nothing to do with racism. And what she said is it had to do with man, you know, like attacking or going against other men. You know, it was a man-to-man kind of thing. And I heard that, and I heard what she was saying. However, a lot of people in our Jewish communities were highly offended because Hitler tried to completely eradicate all of the people. Yes. All of the people. So that has to be racism. I think what Whoopi was trying to say, it is man misbehaving against man. And what she should have said was humans misbehaving against humans. I think the saddest thing in the world. Yeah, but I think
that I understand, because what the Jewish people are saying is because Hitler was targeting specific culture.
Right.
And it was the race religion. Specific. So it was race specific. It wasn't just any old person on the street. So I could understand why they were upset.
Right. And I think what she was trying to do was make sure everyone understood that there are many different avenues. And I really hope well, it has resulted in Whoopi being suspended from the show. She is off the show for 2 weeks. So I know she'll be back. The thing that, when I heard that, as a person of color, I know what that feels like to be in the presence of someone who doesn't like you because of the color of your skin.
Right, right.
Who doesn't like you because you're a woman. You know, I have managed technical people who would say to me, well, what do you know? You're not technical. And it's like, that's not my job. If they wanted an engineer, they just hire another engineer. Right. I'm here to protect you and to get you what you need to do your job. I'm here to empower you to be the best engineer you could be. Some people would hear me say that and they'd go, oh, okay, cool. I got it. I got my lane, you got your lane. And other people would be, well, you're not smart enough to talk to me. You can't tell me what to do. So I understand the evolution of conversations. And the thing is, somehow we got to get back to what the conversation was about. How dare you, Texas, decide to take books? You know, the Joy Luck Club. I love Crazy Rich Asians, which is based off of that book. They're banning the book.
It's gone too far.
It has gone too far.
That's why our children, we keep saying, are our future. And yes, if we are taking these books off the shelves, how can they grow up to be a well-rounded citizen?
Yes.
And to be less hateful in
yes,
this world when they're not taught about all this?
And they don't know about the history.
This is life, everybody. We have people in the world. That's why we have different countries and different religions and different races and different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Why don't we just teach that to everyone?
And let us all come together. You know, this thing where a lot of the southern states want to eliminate any mentioning of the word slavery. You can try and remove it. Slavery is not just a United States-based issue. They didn't just bring slaves to America.
There's slaveries in all parts of the world.
Yes. So why don't we learn about that? Why don't we figure out how to have those conversations?
Make ourselves more educated so that when we talk to other people, we have educated conversations that are backed by truth.
Right. Because let me tell you something. Joy Behar, who happens to be Jewish, is not no wallflower. And if Whoopi Goldberg had 1 inch of prejudice or anything negative towards Jewish people, Joy would know it.
Yes.
So that's what they were like, oh, well, you know, she's just racist. And it's like, no, she's not. She was trying to get people to see a bigger picture, but the conversation, they were excited.
I would never ever say that Whoopi is racist, ever. I know. In my life.
I know.
Whoopi?
I know.
Are you talking about someone else?
I know. But that's kind of where we are and what the conversation.
So hopefully, we're hoping that Whoopi will come back.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure she will.
Yeah.
Because she's really the glue that holds that team together.
She really is.
She's done I love her. She's done an amazing job.
And, you know, I am always impressed by someone, you know, because she said it on Monday, she came back on the show on Tuesday, and she apologized. The reason that this blew up is because they didn't let it sit. Someone heard it and said, oh my God, that's going to offend people. And it was just like a fire. So it's like, well, why is it offensive? Is the statement not true? Okay, why is it not true? Right. Oh, Hitler attempted to eradicate Jewish people from the planet. And the thing that's very interesting, and when you are a person of color, a dark person of color, you can't hide that. There are people running around with beautiful caramel skin. I always think it's interesting. People don't like black people, but yet they're always spray tanning their butts to be brown.
Be darker than their normal selves.
Do you all realize how, and I'm going to use the appropriate word, crazy that is, to dislike something and then try and emulate it, and because you have blonde hair and blue eyes but brown skin, you're cool, and the brown skin, brown eyed, brown black haired person is bad?
Yeah.
So we are going to kind of stay on top of this because I think it has opened up another caveat. And I hope our babies are watching because they're the ones that are going to teach these adults. I think the people in, public office, they think that they got this. They can do what they want. They can say what they want. Let's all go to vote.
Well,
let's vote some people out.
And we need to, as we say, stems from the parents. So yes. Parents, it's so important how we raise our kids.
Absolutely. So there's a show that Rosetta and I have always attempted to support. Rosetta has been a member of Bachelor Nation for a long time. She brought me kicking and screaming along with her because that's my girl and I love talking to her. And, we had the opportunity to watch some very major lifestyle changes with the show. And this new Bachelor season,
we said it from the get-go, right?
Yeah.
You said it even before episode 1 came on. Why would we watch it if they've already shown the last 3 final girls, right?
Yes.
And I said, I don't know, I still might check it out.
Let's check out the journey.
So episode 1 comes, I didn't watch it on the night. I was like, I don't know if I want to watch it. I'm not sure, okay? Then I end up watching it. It's okay. Right from the beginning, we start all this drama up.
Yes.
And we like Colton. Don't get us wrong. We like him from Michelle's season. He's amazing with the kids. He showed his true self.
Yes.
But as time has gone on, he has changed.
Yes.
Me personally, I find him a bit too desperate.
And you said that last week. And this week I was watching it. And there's this young lady on there, Shani. Shani. I cannot believe, and I want you to know, outside of the show, she's been doing some talk shows.
Oh, really?
That personality that we see is how she is there.
Really?
She called him a punk ass b.
She called Carlton?
Yes. She's talking about when she was on the show and, she's glad she's away from that drama. I just feel really sorry. I don't know if she needs a hug or what. And I know the producers, they're probably thinking ratings. No, you're not. You're losing people. I was listening to, there's lots of different caveats in the Bay Area. And what they do is they talk about social media, up and coming, what's trending, what's this. And everyone that I hear talk about The Bachelor, everyone is saying, I don't know. I think I'm done. I think I'm done.
I think I'm done as well. Sorry to disappoint people that love it, but I think I'm done because there's been so much drama and they're keeping this Shani on.
Yeah.
And he's
and
not who...
How unconscious do you have to be if one woman... Okay, so first thing, there are 2 women. Elizabeth did nothing wrong.
Elizabeth and Shani, they're the ones that are having this squabble.
Number 1, if I have 2 individuals and I say, okay, tell me what's going on. And, one person says, this person is toxic. Everyone in the house knows it. This is not good. I would have said, okay, fine, thank you. You 2 stay here. I would have walked my butt back over to the other ladies. And I would say, okay,
yes.
Can you tell me what's going on in the house?
Yes, I would have.
Okay.
I would
have asked. And if he had asked all of them, so he sends Elizabeth home thinking it's nailed, everything's good. So then Shania is like, drop the mic. Drop the mic. I did this. So he runs this little football camp
for the group date.
And one of the girls decides after the group date, there were 2 or 3 of them, and they're talking about how can he not see what she's like.
Right.
And she gets up and she puts her ear to the wall, and then she's like, oh, huh. So she's supposed to be at home. She gets dressed and she goes.
Because the winning team was to have an after party with Clayton.
Yeah.
And the losing team gets sent home.
Right.
And there
she gets dressed. She goes to the party. She walks in and he goes, what are you doing here? Okay. Well, that should have been number 1.
Aren't you in the losing team?
Yeah.
No. I'm here because I
want to see you.
No, I'm supposed to be here. Yeah. I think I'm entitled to be here.
Yeah. So he lets her come in. He's talking to her.
He's actually talking to another lady who was from the winning team. They were having a conversation. She interrupts him with that conversation. And he decides that he's going to let go of that original woman that he's having a conversation with and let her stay, Shania stay. Yeah. And he starts talking to her like, I'm surprised to see you here. But he's smirking like he's so happy to see her.
And then she's like, do you like my dress? You know, and she's doing all this. And then she kisses him and then she says, oh, I got him. Okay, so now, sorry, you look like you're letting your hormones control.
What about the time where he picks her up toward the end? Yes.
Puts her up on the bar.
Or puts her up on the bar and starts kissing her.
And then he goes, this bar is very sturdy. Like they're going to just jump the bar and make out. I mean, producers, you are taking this entire season
to another level,
to a nasty level,
which is actually losing your fans left, right, and center. Because we both decided we're not going to continue watching, even though I record it, I DVR it. I will not be. That's it. Because why bother? Because they keep showing the final 3 women, and one of them is Shanae.
That's right.
So why?
So that says that you're going to let him keep someone around. I mean, like today, he should be wherever he is sequestered. He should be thinking to himself, oh my God. And can you, now the one that I might watch is when it gets down to the one where the women tell all, when they bring them all back.
Oh, right at the end before, so I might watch that.
But other than that,
not going to watch it anymore. Done. So, sorry if you're the fans, we are not going to be doing any feedback or updates anymore. We're finito.
Yes, we're so done. So, as we mentioned a little earlier, we were talking about a COVID update, and here in Northern California, things are getting better. San Francisco is kind of leading the pack. They came out earlier this week and they said anyone that is fully vaccinated and fully boosted around people who are fully vaccinated and fully boosted will be able to let go of the mask.
Remove their mask indoors, right?
Right. That's not happening for me. I think that's good that you're trusting. I don't trust people just because of behavior.
I don't know. It would be very hard. You'd have to go around and say, show me your vaccine card.
Yeah.
Show me in your wallet where you can store that. Show me the QR code with the dates and the booster. That's all going to...
Yeah.
And then still people are lying. People are lying. People are getting fake cards. Yeah. So how do you even know, right?
Yeah.
So not me. I'm going to keep my... Thank God I don't live in San Francisco. But if I do ever go there indoors, I'm keeping my mask on.
Yeah. I would just prefer to be safe than sorry. And, you know, the thing we both love is when you're able to go out in a social environment and sit in a restaurant. I think the last time we ate in a restaurant was in July. But
that was outdoors.
Yeah, but that's my point. Yes. That was my
one and only
time for the entire year of 2021. One and only where we sat down outside on the corner away from people and we were fine. It's just that there are so many people. And one of the reasons that things are crazy right now is everybody's getting it. Because people are lying.
Well, this is more susceptible, so that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, even our governor. So, as I had shared with you all, I love football. So, last weekend, we had the Final Four go at it. And now we know who's going to the Super Bowl. So, the Los Angeles Rams are going to be taking on the Cincinnati Bengals in LA. The Los Angeles Rams played the 49ers, and there's all kinds of controversy about that from last weekend. However, our governor was at the game, and he did a pitch. Took this cute little picture with him and Magic Johnson. So that was bad enough because he didn't have his mask on.
Yeah.
You know, with all the COVID restrictions, and LA's numbers are not good like our numbers are up here. And so they show that picture, but then they pan back to see the other people in the Sky booth because they're in a private booth area together. Now, nobody said we're fully vaccinated, fully boosted. It is outdoors, even though it's indoors. It's kind of outdoors because there's walls on the side, but it's open. the governor was like, you know, I had my mask off, and then the people I was with had their mask on, and then after the photo shoot, I put my mask back on. That wasn't what the picture showed.
Picture showed the surrounding people had no masks on.
That's right. Mayor from San Francisco, Mayor, she didn't have her mask on. I understand. See, me, I would have just womaned up and said, I had a chance to take a picture with Magic Johnson, but I would make sure I had my mask on my wrist, or somewhere after I took that cute picture, I put my mask back on. You know, you're our leaders. You cannot, you know, I think I was telling Rosetta, it's like, if you're in public office, you shouldn't drink in public.
Exactly.
Because when you drink, your judgment is just a little off. It's not that you're trying to do bad things, or
it just happens by default. It's a bit skew-whiff.
Yeah.
They don't make the right decisions,
and the people who come after, so the people who came after the governor immediately are moms who, once again, are tired of their children. My child can't breathe. They got to get off. They're tired of the mask. And it's like, you know what? I think having a conversation with a child and you say, this is your protective shield.
Right.
This makes you Superman. This makes you Supergirl. You can take on the world with your mask. See, I'm a mom. I know how to talk to kids. And if you put it in a caveat like that, they'd be like, oh, that's cool. And then I would get my children the cutest, coolest mask. And if I couldn't find them, I would make them. That's what a mom does. So, Governor, I know you think you're good. However, you went through this recall. Don't be a one-termer, or, you know, like this is your last year. We're all watching you. We want a leader. The one thing that the previous president, Trump, opened our eyes to is just because you get the job doesn't mean you should keep the job.
Exactly.
So we're watching. We hope that everything will be good. But like I said, I would have taken the picture too. I just would have put my mask on.
I would have put the mask, and it doesn't help when everyone else around doesn't have a mask on either.
Exactly. So there is a beautiful young lady. Her name is Shali Krist. She was 30 years old. She was a lawyer. She was the 2019 Miss America. 2019 was a great year because that was the year that all four positions were held by
women of color.
Women of color. The first time in the history, Miss America, Miss Teen America,
Miss Teen, Miss Universe,
and Miss USA.
Yes.
All four. This beautiful young girl lived in Manhattan, and on Sunday morning around 7 a.m., she jumped from the 29th floor of the building. It grabs me. She's a baby. She was only 30. And I think to myself, what causes someone? She had a great career. She was Miss America. She had a great career as a lawyer. Then she started doing E-News as a roving reporter. She had a beautiful glam squad, beautiful clothes. She got to go into any place she wanted to go because her face was recognized.
But you know, I'm thinking, yes, she had all of that, but I'm thinking to keep up that facade could be exhausting for someone. Mm-hmm. Behind closed doors, you don't know what she's thinking. Right. She could be spiraling out. Well, obviously she was, because she committed suicide.
Right.
So we know that whole facade, yes, on the outside, she looked like she had it together. This was happening, lawyer, degree, everything, Miss America, she had it made. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish that she had spoken to someone. Does she not have good friends, family, parents, whoever, even a counselor? Yeah. Go to someone, and even if you have no one around you, call someone.
Yeah.
A priest,
you know, like
anyone, or a doctor, or the suicide prevention hotline. We put that up last week in the descriptions. You can go back and check that. We'll put that again this time around. Yes. But you don't have to have close people nearby you. You reach out to someone, because that is such a sad life to lose. We know for everything going for her. And she has so much to contribute to this world and society, and for her to take her life thinking it didn't mean anything, and she's being out of this world. I mean, yes, her pain is eased, but what a loss.
And think of all the young caramel skin girls that she gave hope to because she was a crowned queen.
What do they must be thinking? Like, why did she commit suicide? Why was there something
They said
wrong?
that there's a note. However, the family, of course, you know, I understand the family has to digest all of this and to try and figure out what happened to my child.
Right, and they have to be very cautious about what to do with the next going forward. What are the next steps? What do they say to the press? What do they not say? What can they hold back? And what can they not hold back? And it's just,
it's hard.
This is hard. This is very, very sad.
It's hard. I mean, she's very, very, very beautiful. We'll put the link down below just so that you can read and see. The one thing that her family said is that she was a beautiful light. And when you see her pictures, you will see what they're talking about. Very
It's just
beautiful.
too bad we couldn't read inside her mind.
Yeah.
No one could help.
Oh, so last thing we're going to do is just kind of remind you all, we are participating in a wonderful spa, and you know, it's just going to be such an amazing event on Saturday.
It is called Self-Love and Pamper Event.
Yes.
And if you're interested, it's February the 5th, right?
Saturday.
Yes. And it's going to be from 10 to 1:30, because I think last week I said 10 to 2, but it's 10 to 1:30. If you're local in the San Jose area, it's going to be in the South Bay at a place called A Healing Place.
Yes.
And we'll put the information below, but you get a free mini facial, and Gloria herself will be there helping you understand how to put on her mineral makeups, what the trends are.
Yes.
And to make it simple for you if you're someone that doesn't really wear makeup every day. And I'll be talking about healthy interchangeable jewelry and how it helps with the EMS, electromagnetic frequencies. Yes, interchangeable healthy jewelry that you wear every day. Then there'll be another lady called Ramona Turner who'll be doing Reiki and yoga. Yes. And we'll be having a lot of fun.
Yes.
So much fun. And we'll be offering healthy snacks and mimosas if you'd like one. And it is, again, this Saturday, February the 5th. So treat yourself, self-love and pampering event. Yes. We'll put the link below, but you can also find it on Eventbrite. Yeah.
So we're almost sold out.
We're almost booked because we do have that limit of 5 because we're trying to do the social distancing. Yes. I think it was how many? Maximum?
Was a maximum of 8. 8. And I think we're at, we're either at 5 or 6 now.
6 or something like that.
So we're filling up pretty fast.
So we're excited, and hopefully you can join us. If not, we have another one coming up. Mother's Day one. It's going to be called Mother's Day Self-Love and Pampering Half-Day Retreat. So it's going to be half day, and we're going to have bigger and better. Yes. Bigger and better.
Yes. So Ellen always reminds us that she feels the love in the room. She tells us she sends it back out to us for us to take that love, to go out and share it with the world. Rosetta and I, we are so grateful for your time and for your participation with us. We love it. Comment below. Let us know what you think, the good, the bad. Just keep it positive. You can tell someone, not my cup of tea, without being very negative.
Let's open up the dialogue and the conversation to some of the topics that we actually talked about.
Because we're just seeing it from our perspective, and I always love hearing others. A friend of mine asked a very important question, and I'm going to ask you this question as we close. If you had to be on a stranded island, would you prefer to be with your worst enemy or to be alone? We want you to ponder that. Next week, we'll answer it for each other.
And put it down in the comments, because we'd like to read some of those comments.
Yes, we'd love to know, what do you think? Because initially you think, oh, and then you have to stop and think about it. You have to think about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you everyone so much. And don't forget, if you liked our video today, please hit the thumb icon. We'd love for you to subscribe to our channel, and don't miss those notifications.
Our bell.
Hit the bell. Thank you. We're Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. And remember to always keep smiling. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.